Heavy rain threw normal life out of gear in several parts of Bihar, with the state capital Patna being among the worst affected. Continuous downpour has led to waterlogging across Patna. In low-lying areas like Kankarbagh, Rajendra Nagar, people were seen wading through waist-deep waters. Houses of several ministers, including Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Kumar Modi, Union Minister Ramvilas Paswan and JDU leader Ajay Alok, got submerged underwater. The Nalanda Medical Hospital has also been inundated. The Meteorological Department has predicted rains will continue in the city for the next 48 hours.
Last summer might have been average for many, but through the eyes of Tej Singh, the summer of 2019 was one for the books. Tej did his routine travel to visit family in India every 4 years. This journey, however, was much different than the others. During August of 2019, India was hit by a devastating monsoon. Hundreds of lives were lost as flash floods washed over the region. That summer, Tej learned to value life as if everything could disappear at a moment's notice. Who knew that the person sitting next to me in Composition 2 had gone through so much? Born and raised in Shelby Township, Michigan, Tej Singh was the product of the American dream. Both of his parents had moved from India to the United States to pursue opportunities not offered elsewhere. Aside from their high expectations, the family was committed to making the American dream a reality. Shortly after moving, the two had their own home and 2 cars, with a baby boy on the way, Tej Singh. Tej Singh grew up in Shelby Township and attended Utica High School, and now he is pursuing a degree in computer science at Oakland University. Family has always been an important part to Tej's life because of his parents' origins. He views his parents' struggles as motivation of his own to strive towards higher goals in life. Flash forward many years down the line towards high school, and Tej managed a 4.0 GPA and scored high on his SAT. He prides himself on his academic success and ability to adapt to new surroundings. By achieving this, he hopes to make his parents proud and show that he appreciates everything they sacrificed to start a new life here in America. Just last summer, Tej visited his uncle in India for 2 months to connect with his family. While he was there, Tej noticed many small but noticeable differences in everyday life. From cars driving on the left side of the road to family-wide participation in normal daily events, there was more than met the eye to Tej Singh. During Tej's trip to India, his uncle finally gave him his traditional Indian clothes. These clothing items were normally used in Indian celebrations and marriages. This clothing item is called a kurta. Just 1 week before I sat down to conduct my interview, Tej wore his kurta to a family member's program before their wedding. It is an important piece of clothing to Tej because it signifies his Indian heritage. In the near future, Tej will once again wear his Indian heritage with pride at his cousin's wedding. In addition to family, other aspects of life are important to Indian culture. This includes, but is not limited to, Indian music, television shows, and food. His family often eats Indian-inspired dishes for dinner, and from time to time, his parents watch Indian television shows. They watch these shows through the Sling TV television network and an operating system called Roku. Despite his parents' strong Indian culture, Tej has found a balance between his Indian and American culture. Tej often finds himself mixing cultures much more often than his parents. Tej recalls that constantly eating the same type of food can be a bit difficult. I find myself tending to want American food from time to time outside the house. Even though Tej frequently visits India, he always looks forward to the next trip. However, sometimes he believes that he missed out on socializing with friends during the summer. Before this assignment, I felt as if I already had a solid understanding of the type of person Tej was. However, over the course of this profile, I realized, just as Tej did with India, that there was more than met the eye. Tej and his family have sacrificed many things in order to get to where they are in life. Tej's dedicated mindset about getting things done and achieving higher goals is visible through his everyday life. Only 1 month in Oakland University, and Tej's work ethic is visible. He is constantly on top of the game and gets his work done well before the due dates. His ambition and Indian heritage has shaped him into a person to be ready to tackle anything outside of Oakland University. As mentioned earlier, the artifact I chose was the kurta. I decided this was a good artifact to use because of the symbolic importance it has in Tej's Indian culture. Fitting that he acquired it during his trip to India and used it right before the interview, I felt as if it was a great piece to bring the story together. Thank you for listening to my profile about Tej Singh.